Leading the post parade for the Carmel Handicap of 92 is Changed Tune in the colours of Martin and Pam Wygod. Ron Ellis is the trainer, Rene Amesqua the substitute, and Gary Belanger has the ride. Number 2, Morriston Bell, owned by Paula Tucker. One of 2 Neil Drysdale entries in the race. Jim Hilling is the substitute trainer for Neil, and Russell Baze in the saddle of Morriston Bell, seeking to reach the 400 win plateau for this year. Number 3, Skimble, owned by Juddmont Farm, trained by Bobby Frankel. Fordell Theus is the substitute trainer. Corey Nakatani again rides. 4, Took for Granite, raced by Leland Cook, prepared by Gerald Romero, partnered by E.J. Peridin. Number 5, Royal Jelly, also from the Neil Drysdale barn. Royal Jelly, raced by Haruo Karoiwa, and Ron Hansen on board, is in search of a triple on today's card. Frenchman's Cove has the 6th saddlecloth. Frenchman's Cove, the property of VHW Stable Incorporated, is trained by Ron McAnally. Richard Lewis, the substitute trainer. G.F. Almeida is up. Number 7, Miss Turkana, owned by Sarone Stable, trained by Gary Jones. Bill Mastrangelo, the substitute trainer. A.L. Castanon is on board. Number 8, Sir Tom de May, owned by Fotini Jaffe, trained by Craig Lewis, and ridden by Ron Warren Jr. A field of 8 to compete. They're on their way to the start. 5 minutes to the scheduled post time. Waiting on Frenchman's Cove to join the lineup. A slight delay with the loading of that filly. She moves in now. All in. Sir Tom de May restless. Now they're right. Racing. Miss Turkana bounds out in a hurry with Sir Tom de May. Skimble away nicely, and up on the inside, Morriston Bell is looking for the lead. Just behind them in the red cap is Took for Granite, followed by Changed Tune, Royal Jelly, and Frenchman's Cove. Morriston Bell leads with a lap to go. It's Morriston Bell by an even length to Skimble, who's already hooking one off the rail. Miss Turkana a length and a quarter back third. A length further astern is Sir Tom de May as they race down to the first bend, followed by Took for Granite, Frenchman's Cove going forward, Changed Tune next to last, and Royal Jelly, one off the rail, is at the tail of the field. 3/4 of a mile left to go in the Carmel Handicap, and the pilot is Morriston Bell by 3/4 of a length to Miss Turkana, striding up strongly 3 deep. Skimble between them is a close third and travelling boldly. A length and a half, Sir Tom de May a touch rank. After 2 1/4 comes Frenchman's Cove. Took for Granite losing ground. 3 to Changed Tune with Royal Jelly on her outside. 10 lengths covers the field as Castanon presses forward aboard Miss Turkana, and shortly afterwards Miss Turkana assumes the role as pacemaker. A half in front now from Morriston Bell and Skimble, who have to come 3 wide. On her outside is Sir Tom de May actually going up to second, followed closely by Frenchman's Cove and the white cap putting in a run. Morriston Bell dropping out of it sharply. Miss Turkana will lead the field into the straight from Sir Tom de May, who's endeavouring trying to pocket Skimble and doing a nice job too. Skimble trying to work clear. Frenchman's Cove is fourth. In the straight, Miss Turkana leads. Nakatani opts for the rail run on Skimble. She goes to second, then Sertam de May. Miss Turkana is still the leader. Going powerfully from Skimble, who can't find any more. Out wide, Frenchman's Cove will probably grab third, but Miss Turkana wins the Carmel. Miss Turkana from Skimble and Frenchman's Cove noses Sertam de May for the minor end of the spoils. Next is Royal Jelly, followed by Took for Granite, and back at the rear, Morriston Bell with Changed Tune. 7 is the winner. Number 7, Miss Turkana. Skimble is awarded second placing after the photo, with 6 Frenchman's Cove third. The final time, 1:46 and 4/5. Miss Turkana has won the Carmel Handicap. Stand by. The inquiry sign has been posted. Your attention, please. There is a double claim of foul on the Carmel Handicap. Russell Baze, the rider of number 2, Morriston Bell, and Corrie Nakatani, the rider of number 3, Skimble, are claiming foul against the winner, Miss Turkana. Leading the post parade for the Brown Bess Breeders' Cup Handicap, Paula Revere. Paula Revere is owned by Ervloo Stable, trained by Ron McAnally, Richard Lewis, the substitute trainer. Marco Castaneda is the rider. Number 2, Love Avey, owned by Paletti Racing Stable, conditioned by Lonnie Arterburn, who is assisted by Barbara Lee Palmer. Russell Baze is in the saddle. Number 3, Alcando, owned by Cohen and Spielman, trained by Bill Shoemaker. Alan Severinson, the substitute trainer. Tom Chapman is in the irons. Number 4, La Caldoon, raced by Lisa and Robert Marino, prepared by Jude Feld. Alan Severinson, again the substitute trainer. Joe Steiner is aboard. In the 5 saddlecloth, La Paz for Steve Davison. Randy Gullatt trains La Paz, who has the services of Rafael Meza. Number 6, Peter Hoff's Petit, owned by Patty Strait and Roger Williams, trained by Bud Klokstad, ridden by Gary Boulanger. That's the lineup. We're 7 minutes from the scheduled post time. All in. They're racing. Paula Revere jumps away well, quickly headed by Love Avey and La Paz. Peter Hoff's Petit out wide, strides up third. In between runners is Alcando, and Lykatill is on her outside. La Paz is in front by a length. Love Avey second, holding the inside with a lap to go. Peter Hoff's Petit third. Lykatill 4 wide is fourth, followed by Alcando, and Paula Revere now drops to the rear. 5 lengths covers them. La Paz 1 off the rail by a length to Love Avey. In third position, Peter Hoff's Petit with 3/4 of a mile to go. In behind them, Alcando, inside Lykatill, and the trailer is Paula Revere. La Paz in charge as they work to the back. Meza has La Paz a length in front. In second position, Peter Hoff's Petit, presently pocketing Love Avey. In fourth position is Alcando on the inside of Lykatill, and at the tail of the field, Paula Revere. With half a mile to go, it's La Paz by over a length. Peter Hoff's Petit running second. It's an evenly run affair. Love Avey with a nice run, third on the fence, followed by Lykatill. Alcando fifth on the rail, following Love Avey, and at the tail is Paula Revere, about to be taken 3 wide by Castanon. 5/16 to go. La Paz left alone in front by nearly 2 lengths to Peter Hoff's Petit. Love Avey. Now here is Alcando getting off the rail and working up on the outside. Behind them, Lykatill and Paula Revere. La Paz leads for the run up the lane by 2 lengths, quickening nicely. 2.5 clear now from Peter Hoff's Petit. Alcando is struggling. Love Avey back on the rail, not doing a great deal. Paula Revere runs on late. La Paz is the leader by 2 lengths to Peter Hoff's Petit. Love Avey and Paula Revere, and La Paz will notch an all-the-way win. La Paz by a length to Peter Hoff's Petit. Third home is Paula Revere, and the fancied pair both finish off the board. Love Avey and Alcando, with Lykatill at the rear. The winner of the Brown Bess Breeders' Cup Handicap is La Paz, a 4-year-old bay filly by Hold Your Peace from Classy Craft, raced by Steve Davison, trained by Randy Gullatt, ridden by Rafael Meza. Making the trophy presentation to the winning connections of today's Brown Bess Handicap is Mr. Robert Gunderson, Director Emeritus of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. The result is now official, 5-6-1. The $2 exacta pays $119.20. The $3 late triple on the numbers 2, 3 and 5 returns $495.60. Leading the post parade for the $100,000 Bay Meadows Derby is Siberian Summer. Siberian Summer is raced by Buckram Oak Farm, trained by Ron McAnally. Richard Lewis is the substitute trainer, and in the saddle is Van Belvoir, chasing his third win on today's card. Number 2, Facts News, owned by Richard Jones, prepared by Don Luby, partnered by Corey Nakatani. Number 3, Debonair Astaire, raced by Butler, Kraus, Lee, Lum and Ward, trained by Roy Lum, and Gary Boulanger takes the ride for Brian Idey. Gary Boulanger riding Debonair Astaire. The blinkers come off Debonair Astaire this afternoon. Undercover Sting has the 5 saddle cloth, is raced by Howard Davis, Mike Gilliam and John Mann. John Stoker trains Undercover Sting. Russell Baze hunts for win number 4. Number 6 is Macho's Issue, owned by Myron Schaefer, trained by Don Harper, ridden by Randy Schacht. Number 7 is Star Recruit, raced by Dandar Farm, prepared by Jerry Fanning, for whom Donna Alordai is the substitute trainer, and Ron Hansen has the riding assignment this afternoon. Scheduled post time. Two out. All in. Racing. Facts News away well with Debonair Astaire and Siberian Summer. Star Recruit showing speed down the outside from Undercover Sting. And Shaq takes Macho's Issue back off the pace. He's the trailer as they come down to the wire. Very little between Siberian Summer and Debonair Astaire, with Star Recruit caught 3 wide around that pair. A length to Facts News, 1.5 Undercover Sting with Macho's Issue. 7/8 to go in the Derby. 6 lengths covers the 6 candidates. The leader Siberian Summer under Van Belvoir by a neck to Debonair Astaire. Star Recruit a length and a quarter back third, still out a bit wide. Followed after a similar break by Facts News. 2.5 lengths to Undercover Sting and 3 lengths to Macho's Issue. Into the back straight, Siberian Summer shows the way from Debonair Astaire. Hansen gives Star Recruit more rein. He strides up within half a length of that pair. Facts News is 3 lengths away. 2 to Undercover Sting and 2.5 to Macho's Issue. At the half mile, Siberian Summer doing it nicely by a neck to Debonair Astaire. Again, they find themselves almost a length clear of Star Recruit. 4 off to Facts News. Undercover Sting has 7 lengths to make up, and the trailer is Macho's Issue. Down the side with 3/8 of a mile to go. No change in the pattern. Siberian Summer dictating terms, a half length to Debonair Astaire. Here is Star Recruit warming up now. He's almost on terms with the leading brigade. 3 lengths to Facts News. Undercover Sting, forget Macho's Issue. They make the home turn, and Star Recruit travelling boldly moves up and shades Siberian Summer. They kick clear. Debonair Astaire is the first beaten. Facts News making ground on the rail to third, but Star Recruit explodes away. At the 8th pole, Star Recruit leaves them. Races 2 or 3 in front from Siberian Summer and Facts News, and Star Recruit ridden out with the whip by Hansen will win the Bay Meadows Derby in a breeze. Star Recruit convincingly from Siberian Summer. Facts News 5 away third, then Undercover Sting, Macho's Issue, and Debonair Astaire is eased in the run down to the wire. The final time, 1:49 flat. Meadows Derby goes to Star Recruit, a dark bay or brown colt by Al Nasser from In Neon. Star Recruit owned by Dandar Farm, trained by Jerry Fanning. Donna Alordai, the substitute trainer. Ron Hansen is the winning rider. Making the trophy presentation after this afternoon's derby is Mrs. Doris Johnson, a director of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. The result is official, 7-1-2. The $2 exacta returns $11. Leading the post parade is Lord Joe, number 1, raced by Carl Cox, trained by Jeff Bonde. Tommy Nelson is his assistant. Roberto Gonazalez has the ride. Number 2, Speak Firm, owned by M.A. Duzos, trained by Gil Matos. John Bryant is the assistant trainer. Gary Boulanger, the rider. Number 3, Long Trek, raced by Ernest and Roberta Sherman and Lincoln Schonkweiler. Kate Cooper is the trainer. Bryson Cooper, the rider. Number 4, Go Gremlin Go, owned by Chartwell Stable and September House. Craig Roberts is the trainer. Ron Hansen has the ride. Number 5, Charmania, raced by Robert H. Walter, prepared by Noble Hay III, with Van Belvoir in the irons. Number 6, Platinum Pleasure, raced by William Pennington, trained by Chuck Gender. Bill Patterson, the assistant trainer. Jack Cannell is the jockey. Number 7, Chickeness, for David and Dennis Landucci. Bob Wingfield trains. Lisa Holmes is the assistant trainer. Marco Castaneda has the mount. Number 8, Misty Wind, raced by Silky Green Incorporated, conditioned by Steve Mayardi, partnered by Tim Ducey. Number 9, Light Pleasure, raced by Wayne Gretzky and Bruce McNall, trained by Jim Hilling, ridden by Ron Warren Jr. Number 10, Undercover Sting, owned by Howard Davis, Mike Gilliam and John Mann, prepared by John Stoker and ridden by Russell Baze. That's the field. The post time is in 5 minutes. A final check of the overweights. Number 3. Undercover Sting completes the line. They're ready. Racing. Lord Joe and Speak Firm spring out quickly. Undercover Sting showing some degree of pace. Here's Charmania in the black and gold hoops working forward to second. Misty Wind in the dark green is one from the outside in centre field. Chicken S just in front of him. The grey Platinum Pleasure is between runners. Long Track third last on the fence, clear of Light Pleasure. And Go Gremlin Go, as anticipated, is the early trailer. Lord Joe kicks away for Gonzalez through the first turn. 2.5 lengths to the good of Charmania. Speak Firm, a similar breakaway third. Shaded now by Chicken S. Misty Wind is fifth. Then comes Platinum Pleasure. Out wide is Undercover Sting from Long Track, Light Pleasure. And 7 lengths to go, Gremlin Go. To the back straight, just under 5/8 to travel. Lord Joe bowling along, 2.5 lengths to Charmania. 2 lengths to Chicken S. Speak Firm, Misty Wind, 3 wide from Platinum Pleasure. Long Track, Undercover Sting is deep. Light Pleasure between runners, second last. And Go Gremlin Go is a conspicuous last. To the far turn, and Lord Joe leading them a merry dance. Well clear of Charmania, Chicken S. Misty Wind out wide. Speak Firm hugging the rail. Then Platinum Pleasure sixth as they swing down the side. Undercover Sting in the green jacket starting a run. He'll be pushed deep though in the run by the quarter pole. Light Pleasure well back from Long Track. And Go Gremlin Go as last till 10 lengths from the leader, Lord Joe. It's all Lord Joe as they swing for home. He has a 3-length lead over Misty Wind. 3 lengths further back is Undercover Sting. Go Gremlin Go coming down the outside from Platinum Pleasure. Inside the 8th pole, Lord Joe under the web, still nicely clear. Misty Wind 2.5 lengths away. Then Undercover Sting, Go Gremlin Go and Platinum Pleasure. Lord Joe all the way. Lord Joe wins it from Misty Wind and Platinum Pleasure. Then Go Gremlin Go, Undercover Sting and Long Track clear of Light Pleasure. Speak Firm dropped out. So did Charmania. And at the tail of the field, Chicken S. The Bart Invitational Handicap has been won by Lord Joe, a 4-year-old bay gelding by Lord at War from Madame Gold, raced by Carl Cox, trained by Jeff Bonde. Tommy Nelson is the assistant trainer. Roberto Gonzalez, the winning rider. Third after the photo, number 6, Platinum Pleasure. The final time, 1:42 and 3. The trophy presentation is being made by Mr. Brock Salmons, Vice President and Assistant General Manager of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. That result is official. 1, 8 and 6. The $2 exacta returns 91.80. Leading the post parade for the Lassie Stakes is Laurely, number 1, owned by Pierre Rossier, trained by Richard Mandela, ridden by Russell Baze. Number 2, Silky Sand Sammy, owned by Campuchiaro, Diamond and Shapiro, prepared by Julio Canani. Jeff Bonde is the substitute trainer. Gary Boulanger is up. Number 3, Family Cajun, owned by Frank Larry and Rex Hottle and Nadine Variade. Bill McLean is the trainer, assisted by Carol Hubbard, and Brian Eide has the ride. Number 4, Valid Victress, owned by Kurt or Lila Lanning, prepared by Ed Moja Jr. Joel Gonzalez is the assistant trainer, and Ron Hansen has the riding assignment. In the 5 saddle cloth, Never Been Had. Never Been Had, owned by Thomas Stewart, prepared by Doug Utley. Bruce Robertson, the assistant trainer. Roberto Gonzalez rides. Number 6, Fast Cruiser, raced by John Zamora, trained by Bill Wilmot. Jim Vince is the substitute trainer, and Tim Ducey is in the saddle. Number 7, Spiritual Star, owned by Golden Eagle Farm, conditioned by Alan Severinson. Jamie Cusick is the assistant trainer. Tom Chapman is on board. Number 8, Jaded Pleasure, raced by Ron Crockett, trained by Fordell Fierce, and ridden by Ron Warren Jr. Jaded Pleasure wearing blinkers this afternoon. A field of 8, and we're 6 minutes from the scheduled post time. Gonzalez about to remount. 2 out. All in. Racing. A great start. Valid Victress and Silky Sand Sammy come away quickly. Never Been Had looking for the lead and getting it. Spiritual Star in the yellow sleeves is 3 wide, running 4th. Jaded Pleasure deeper still through the first turn. Then Laura Lee inside Fast Cruiser, and Family Occasion is 2 lengths last. 8 covers them as they find their order. The leader Never Been Had by a length to Silky Sand Sammy. Valid Victress half a length away 3rd. Then Spiritual Star, Jaded Pleasure, Laura Lee is 5 lengths from the speed, saving ground on the rail. In fact, getting up on terms with Spiritual Star. After 5 lengths comes Fast Cruiser, and Family Occasion is 6 lengths last. By the 5/8 in the Lassie Stakes, Never Been Had in charge by a length and a half. Around the outside, Jaded Pleasure with a very fast move goes to 2nd, followed by Silky Sand Sammy. In 4th position is Valid Victress, followed closely in the field then by Spiritual Star, going forward 3 wide up to 3rd. In behind those, Laura Lee working off the rail. Further back, Fast Cruiser, and Family Occasion is last. Jaded Pleasure shoots clear. Never Been Had is beaten at the 5/16. It's Jaded Pleasure by a length and a quarter. Spiritual Star running 2nd. Laura Lee is looming up menacingly 3 wide. Fast Cruiser from 2nd last is running on strongly up to 4th. Then Silky Sand Sammy in the straight, and Jaded Pleasure leads. Jaded Pleasure first run in blinkers, still a length clear of Spiritual Star, who's under the whip, followed by Laura Lee and Fast Cruiser. The leader with a 16th to go is Jaded Pleasure. Jaded Pleasure still a length clear. Spiritual Star trying her hard out, but Jaded Pleasure is holding Spiritual Star, and Jaded Pleasure wins by a neck. 2nd Spiritual Star with Fast Cruiser 3rd, clear of Laura Lee and Silky Sand Sammy. Family Occasion, then Valid Victress, and Never Been Had is last of all. 8th the winner, Jaded Pleasure. Final time, 1:37 3/5. The winner of the Bay Meadows Lassie Stakes, Jaded Pleasure. Jaded Pleasure is a 2-year-old dark bay or brown filly by Jade Hunter from Bid to the Mint, raced by Ron Crockett, trained by Fordell Fierce, ridden by Ron Warren Jr. That's a double for Ron. Making the trophy presentation after this year's Lassie Stakes is the Director of Racing and Racing Secretary here at Bay Meadows, Mr. Eugene F. Bassotti Jr. Race 8 is now official. 8, 7, 6. The $2 exacta pays 81.20. The $3 late triple on the numbers 9, 7, 8 pays 3,342 even. Leading the post parade for the California Juvenile Stakes is Gary Go-Go, owned by Frank Anderson, trained by Ron McAnally. Richard Lewis is the substitute trainer. Tom Chapman, the jockey. Number 2, LC Glowing Groom for Craig Haddon. Leo Wheatley is the trainer. Kim Powell, the rider. Number 3, Lykatill Hil, owned by William Zellerbach, trained by Art Sherman, whose assistant is Steve Sherman. Russell Baze has the riding duty. Number 4, Brinkstone, owned by Gary and Betty Bezantz, trained by Walter Greenman. Mike Pipey, the assistant trainer. Gary Boulanger is in the irons. Number 5, Humpty's Hoedown, raced by David Bowman, Neil DeMacado and Rob McAdams. Mike Chambers is the trainer, assisted by Rigoberto Velasquez, and on board is Ron Hansen. Number 6, Lost Pan, raced by McDonald Racing Stables and Lucas, trained by Dwayne Lucas, and ridden by Ron Warren Jr. The scheduled post time is in 7 minutes. Lost Pan completing the line. They're ready. Racing. Gary Go-Go wins the start from Humpty's Hoedown and LC Glowing Groom. Lost Pan showing speed at big odds down the outside. Lykatill Hil dropping in second last, and Brinkstone is last with 6 lengths covering the lot. 7/8 of a mile to go, and Humpty's Hoedown tugs his way to a lead of half a length. In second position, Lost Pan, followed closely by Gary Go-Go and LC Glowing Groom. Lykatill Hil being given time to find his feet by Baze, 4 lengths behind the leading quartet, and Brinkstone is 3 lengths behind the favourite. To the back straight, just over 5/8 to travel. Humpty's Hoedown leads the way, a neck in front from Lost Pan and Gary Go-Go hot on their heels in third spot. After a length comes LC Glowing Groom, clear of Lykatill Hil, who's 6 lengths from the speed. Make it 5, he's just starting to inch forward a touch, and at the rear of proceedings is Brinkstone. It's Humpty's Hoedown running one off the rail. Just the leader at the far turn, Gary Go-Go is driving through to almost join him now. Lost Pan planted 3 deep at the 3/8 pole, followed then by LC Glowing Groom. A length and a half away is Lykatill Hil. Hill, and Brinkstone is starting his run towards the rail. They pack up a quarter of a mile to go. Gary Go kicks away with a lead of more than a length. Lykatill Hil is starting to motor now. He drives through to second and now hooks off the rail. Brinkstone is still making ground towards the inner. Humpty's Hoedown is boxing on. At the 8th pole, Gary Go being joined by Lykatill Hil. Lykatill Hil and Gary Go settle down to fight it out. Lykatill Hil is starting to inch clear. He'll prove a little too strong. Lykatill Hil wins by half a length. Gary Go second. Third is Brinkstone from Humpty's Hoedown and Lost Pan. And last is LC Glowing Groom. Number 3, Lykatill Hil wins again. The time 1:35 3/5. This year's California Juvenile Stakes has been won by number 3, Lykatill Hil. Lykatill Hil, a 3-year-old bay gelding by Pilgrim from 7 Arts, owned by William Zellerbach, prepared by Art Sherman. Steve Sherman is the assistant trainer, and Russell Baze, the winning rider, win number 2 for Russell today. In the winner's circle for the presentation following the California Juvenile Stakes is the President and Chief Executive Officer here at Bay Meadows, Mr. F. Jack Liebau. That result is official, 3-1-4. The $2 exacta returns $11. The $3 late triple on the numbers 1, 9 and 3 pays $246.60. Leading the post parade for the Cecilia de Mille Harper Invitational Handicap is Dearest Desert, owned by Stephen Sahadi, trained by Jeff Bonde. Tommy Nelson is the assistant trainer, and Russell Baze chases win number 4 on today's card. Number 2, Don't Touch Lil, raced by Nancy Clark, Harry Silver and David Simon, trained by Brent Soomja, ridden by Ron Warren Jr. 3, Tanya's Tuition, owned by Al Hoffman HFT, trained by Chuck Gender. Bill Patterson is the assistant trainer, and Jack Cannell has the ride. Number 4, Nats Lee, raced by St. George's Farm, prepared by Bill Shoemaker, Alan Severinson, the substitute trainer, and Tom Chapman is up. 5, Peter Hoff's Petit, raced by Patty Strait and Roger Williams, prepared by Bud Clockstad and ridden by Gary Boulanger. In the number 6 saddlecloth, Ishi Daha, raced by Masachiro Abe, trained by Dent Caton, ridden by Brian Campbell. Number 7, Fantastic Kim, raced by Frankfurt Stable, trained by Ross Brinson, and with the services of Ken Tohill. Number 9, La Paz, raced by Steve Davison, trained by Randy Gullatt, ridden by Rafael Meza. We're now 8 minutes from the scheduled post time. All in. Racing. Dearest Desert wins the start. La Paz going fast down the outside, and this pair will dispute the lead. They're a length clear of their rivals with a lap to go. Tanya's Tuition, one off the rail, is third. Don't Touch Lil on the fence. Peter Hoff's Petit caught 3 wide through the clubhouse turn. Then comes Nats Lee on the inside of Ishi Daha, and 4 lengths break then to the last runner, Fantastic Kim. Dearest Desert is a clear-cut pilot. 3/4 of a mile to go. It's Dearest Desert by nearly 3 lengths to La Paz. In third position, Peter Hoff's Petit still out wide, followed by Don't Touch Lil and Tanya's Tuition, 2 to Ishi Daha. Second last is the top weight Nats Lee, and Fantastic Kim is now 10 lengths astern. Halfway over the back stretch, Dearest Desert in charge by 1.5 lengths. La Paz sneaks a bit closer. Don't Touch Lil third on the inside of Tanya's Tuition, and again Peter Hoff's Petit finds herself nowhere near the running rail. She's covering extra ground. She's up within 2.5 lengths of the lead as they begin to bunch up. Nats Lee is awkwardly positioned on the inside of Ishi Daha, and 8 lengths last is Fantastic Kim. Down the side, and La Paz shoots to the front. Peter Hoff's Petit in hot pursuit goes to second. There's a length between the favoured candidates presently. Tanya's Tuition working up to third spot. Then comes Nats Lee working into the picture. She's in the clear on the outside in fourth spot. In the straight, 3/16 to go. And La Paz is the leader by a length. Peter Hoff's Petit is trying gamely to come out after her. Fantastic Kim down the outside from tailed off last is starting to gather in the leading pair. Peter Hoff's Petit hits the front from La Paz, then Fantastic Kim, but it's Peter Hoff's Petit pulling clear, and she'll be too good again. Second, La Paz just in front of Fantastic Kim, then Don't Touch Lil, Nats Lee and Tanya's Tuition, clear of Ishi Daha, and last is Dearest Desert. Number 5 is the winner, Peter Hoff's Petit. It's a photo for second. The Cecilia de Mille Harper Invitational Handicap has been won by Peter Hoff's Petit. A 5-year-old grey mare by Peter Hoff from T at 10, raced by Patty Strait and Roger Williams, trained by Bud Klokstad, ridden by Gary Boulanger. After the photo for second, number 9, La Paz, holds that placing from 7, Fantastic Kim. That result is official, 5-9-7. Making the trophy presentation after today's Cecilia de Mille Harper Invitational Handicap is Mr. Ray Dabber, Chairman Emeritus of the California Jockey Club. Mr. Dabber is joined by his friend Carolyn Sadler. Now the $2 exacta returns 13 even. The $3 late triple on the numbers 5, 8 and 5 pays $105.90. Leading the Oaks post parade, Passing Vice, number 1. Raced by Iron County Farm Incorporated. Trained by H.C. Bubba Werner. Ray Briner, the substitute trainer. David Flores is the rider. Number 2, Enchanted Spot, owned by Joanne Knorr. Trained by Fabio Knorr. Gary Bolonge is up. Number 3, Dancing Kiki, raced by Valerie Nafy. Trained by Riley Griffiths. Ridden by Ron Hansen. 4, Jaded Pleasure for Ron Crockett. Fordell Fierce is the trainer. Ron Warren Jr. has the ride. Number 5, Madame L'Angelou, raced by H.C. Clark, Larry Risdon and Bob Wiles. Trained by Richard Mulhall. Ridden by Russell Baze. Number 6, Spiritual Star for Golden Eagle Farm. Alan Severinson trains Spiritual Star. Jamie Cusick is the assistant trainer. Tom Chapman is on board. 7 is Voluptuous, owned by China Lee Saal. Trained by Jack Van Berg. Partnered by Roberto Gonzalez. The Oaks is due in 6 minutes. Two out. Voluptuous, the only one away. All in. Voluptuous on the move. Racing. A good dispatch. One of the first away is Enchanted Spot with Madame L'Angelou. Passing Vice going fast on the rail. Dancing Kiki mustering momentum. Voluptuous down the extreme outside is prominently positioned. Through the first turn, Passing Vice leads by a neck to Dancing Kiki. 2 lengths to Enchanted Spot in the centre. Voluptuous out wide and Jaded Pleasure over onto the rail is working forward to centre field. Madame L'Angelou 2 away 6th, and at the rear is Spiritual Star. 6 covers the Oaks field as they work to the back stretch. Flores has Passing Vice, a narrow leader over Dancing Kiki. Then comes a line of 3, Voluptuous, Enchanted Spot and Jaded Pleasure on the rail. In 6th position, Madame L'Angelou at the 5/8 pole. And last of all is Spiritual Star. Pretty tightly bunched, only 6 covers them. It's Passing Vice by half a length to Dancing Kiki in an evenly run contest. Jaded Pleasure hot on their heels, 3rd at the half mile. Followed closely by Enchanted Spot. Baze can't get on the course on Madame L'Angelou. Spiritual Star works up 6th, overtaking Voluptuous. 3/8 of a mile to go. Passing Vice, a neck to Dancing Kiki. A length Madame L'Angelou. Jaded Pleasure looking for room. Enchanted Spot 5th. 2 away is Spiritual Star. And another couple away, Voluptuous, as they come to the quarter pole in the Oaks, where the leader is Passing Vice, drawing away 3/4 to Dancing Kiki, who's trying valiantly to stick with the leader. And they break away from their rivals. They accelerate 4 lengths clear of Enchanted Spot and Jaded Pleasure. Then Spiritual Star. Further back in the field then as they come towards the 8th pole is Voluptuous, but Passing Vice is clear. Passing Vice is starting to kick away from Madame L'Angelou. It's Passing Vice, the leader from Madame L'Angelou, close to home, and Passing Vice lead throughout to win the Oaks. 2nd, Madame L'Angelou. Enchanted Spot a distant 3rd from Spiritual Star, followed by Jaded Pleasure. Well back Voluptuous with Dancing Kiki. The winner is Passing Vice, number 1. From Madame L'Angelou, number 5. And 3rd is Enchanted Spot, number 2. The 15th, Bay Meadows Oaks, has been won by Passing Vice, a 3-year-old bay filly by Vice Regent from Passing Look, owned by Iron County Farm Incorporated, trained by H.C. Bubba Werner. Ray Briner, the substitute trainer. David Flores, the winning jockey. That result is official. 1, 5 and 2. The trophy presentation after today's Bay Meadows Oaks is made by Mr. Brian Sweeney, a Southern California-based trainer who serves as the Chief Operating Officer of the Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association. Timely then to remind owners and trainers one more time of the meeting of the CHBPA following the races today. The Bay Meadows Turf Club is the venue. Owners and trainers are invited to question the candidates seeking election to the CHBPA Board of Directors. Of course, there'll also be discussion on pending horseman issues. Leading the post parade is Peter Hoff's Petit, number 1, owned by Patty Strait and Roger Williams. Peter Hoff's Petit has been in sparkling form here this meet for trainer Bud Klokstad, and again will be partnered by Gary Belanger. Number 2, Slip With Me, owned by Michael House, trained by Jude Feld, Alan Severinson, the substitute trainer. Russell Baze is on board. Number 3, Don't Touch Lil, owned by Nancy Clark, Harry Silver and David Simon, prepared by Brent Soomja, ridden by Ron Warren Jr. Number 4, Silver Beauty, for Mr. and Mrs. Frank Witham. Silver Beauty, one of 2 Ron McAnally trained candidates. Richard Lewis is Ron's substitute trainer. Van Belvoir is in the saddle. Fantastic Kim has the 5 saddlecloth, raced by Frankfurt Stable, trained by Ross Brinson, partnered by Ken Tohill. Number 6, Numbers Game, also for Ron McAnally. Numbers Game owned by La Paz Stable and ridden by Marco Castaneda. That's how they shape up for this year's Harvey's Handicap, due all in. Racing. Fantastic Kim misses the kick by 2 lengths. Numbers Game and Slip With Me get the best of it, and it's almost a dead heat, except there's a lap to go. Peter Hoff's Petit a length and a half away third. Fourth is Don't Touch Lil, followed by Silver Beauty, and after 4 lengths comes Fantastic Kim. 7/8 of a mile to go, and now Baze works Slip With Me clear of her rivals. She's over a length clear of Numbers Game, with Peter Hoff's Petit tucked in third on the rail. Don't Touch Lil is 2 lengths away. Silver Beauty is being eased back through the field. Silver Beauty losing dramatic ground as they work to the back stretch. She's being eased out of the race, I think. Fantastic Kim is back at the rear of the field. Along the back, 5/8 to go. Slip With Me the leader. A length and a half to Numbers Game. Half a length away is Peter Hoff's Petit on the rail. Don't Touch Lil 2.5 lengths further back. After 7 comes Fantastic Kim, and Silver Beauty is out of the race. Along past the half mile they go, and the leader Slip With Me by 3/4 of a length. Now here is Belanger popping off the rail on Peter Hoff's Petit and racing up within a neck of the leader. Numbers Game is hard pressed to stick with that pair, dropping back 2.5 lengths away. Further astern is Don't Touch Lil, and Tohill starting to warm up. Fantastic Kim from the rear. She's being set alight and she's ranging up to third. At the quarter pole, Slip With Me under pressure. Peter Hoff's Petit looks to be travelling better. Fantastic Kim is 2 lengths away and running on very nicely into the stretch in the Harvey's Handicap. Peter Hoff's Petit is just the leader. Fantastic Kim is looming up now to join her. Slip With Me battling on determinedly, but it's Fantastic Kim on the outside doing the best work. Fantastic Kim drawing away, and she'll beat Peter Hoff's Petit by a length. Third homers Slip With Me. A long break to Don't Touch Lil, and Numbers Game is last to complete the course. Van Belvoir dismounting Silver Beauty in the back straight. His handicap has been won by Fantastic Kim, number 5, a 4-year-old bay filly by Bates Motel from Fantastic Liz. Fantastic Kim is owned by Frankfurt Stable, trained by Ross Brinson, ridden by Ken Tohill. The winner has clocked 143 flat. That result is official, 5-1-2. Making the trophy presentation following today's Harvey's handicap is Mr. Jim Rafferty, the Vice President of Marketing for Harvey's Resort, Hotel and Casino of Lake Tahoe. Now the $2 exacta returns $59.20. The $2 pick 6 pays on 5 winners, $977.80, and on 4 winners, $120.20.